Good morning, children. Let us begin with Standard 4 English, Unit 9, Pinocchio. So, let us begin with the new words and their meanings. The first one, carpenter, a person who makes furniture of wood. Second, queer, strange. Third, plain, a flat surface. Fourth, puzzled, confused. Fifth, puppet, a movable model of a person. Sixth, took shape, starts to appear. 7, amazed, surprised. 8, finished, completed. 9, stiff, firm. 10, decided, definite. Answer the following. Question 1. What did the carpenter buy? Answer 1. The carpenter bought a strange piece of wood. I repeat, the carpenter bought a strange piece of wood. Question 2. What did he make out of it? Answer 2. He made a puppet boy out of it. I repeat, he made a puppet boy out of it. Question 3. What did he call his puppet? Answer 3. He called his puppet Pinocchio. I repeat, he called his puppet Pinocchio. Question 4. What did Pinocchio say in the end? Answer 4. Pinocchio said in the end that he was glad to be a real boy and he would never lie again. I repeat, Pinocchio said in the end that he was glad to be a real boy and he would never lie again. So let's do some word building. How many words can you make from Pinocchio? Fill them in the empty boxes. So how many words can we make, new words from the word Pinocchio? 2 have already been written, that is pin, hop. Then the third one is in, I-N. The next one, chop, C-H-O-P. The next word you can make is chip, C-H-I-P. Then chin, C-H-I-N. Coin, C-O-I-N. Then pinch, P-I-N-C-H. Then no. And the last word is hip, H-I-P. So in this way we can make so many words from the word Pinocchio. Now we need to make the opposites of the given word by adding dis or in before that word. So your first word is respect. So the opposite will become disrespect. We need to add dis before respect. The next is able. The opposite will be disable. The third word, efficient. Opposite becomes inefficient. Fourth, own. Opposite is disown. The fifth one, capable. Opposite becomes incapable. And the sixth word is secure. Opposite is insecure. So in this way, by adding dis or in before the word, it becomes the opposite of that word. Make naming words by adding NESS, ITY or TY at the end of the word given below. So naming words are nouns, and when we join NESS, ITY or TY, they become abstract nouns. So now let us do this exercise. Your first one is public. So when we add ITY, it becomes publicity. Second, forgive. When we add NESS, it becomes forgiveness. Kind, NESS, so it becomes kindness. Polite, so when we add NESS, it becomes politeness. Moral, to that if we add ITY, it becomes morality. Next, stupid, and we add ITY, it becomes stupidity. Next, blind, we add NESS, it becomes blindness. Cruel, if we add TY, it becomes cruelty. Swift, when we add NESS, it becomes swiftness. And the last one, solid, when we add NESS, it becomes solidness. Now, which of the following would you expect a carpenter to use at work? So there are a few words given to us and we have to choose and write that which things does he use when he is working. So the first thing is plane, then will be a chisel, hammer, nails, lathe, pencil, anvil, and a spade. So these are the things which he needs when he does his work. A blotting paper, scissors, a map, all these things are not needed by a carpenter. Give another word from the story that means completed, finished, surprised, amazed, strange, queer. Make up your mind, decide. Now we need to add ER or R to the doing words below to make new words. So let us start. Stiff, if we add ER, it will become stiffer. Fight, we add ER, it becomes fighter. Juggle, if we add R, it becomes juggler. Speak, if we add ER, it becomes speaker. Write, if we add only an R, it becomes writer. So the words which are ending in E, we need to add only an R, or we add ER to that word. Strange, now it is ending in E, so we add only an R, it becomes stranger. Dance, again it is ending in E, so we add only an R, it becomes dancer. Ride, if we add an R, it becomes rider. Use, if we add R, it becomes user. Joke, again ending in E, we add only an R, so it becomes a joker. So children, this is a comprehension passage. What is a comprehension? It is a small passage or a story which we need to read by ourselves and understand. And at the end of the story, a few words or question answers are based where we find those answers in this passage itself. So it can be a story or a small few sentences about anyone, and we need to understand and read it properly. So here is one passage about a Panchatantra story. So let's begin reading. Once a cunning jackal jumped into a big tub of blue dye. I am your king, he said. All the animals, big and small, believed him and bowed before him. The clever jackal smiled. Now he was the most powerful animal in the forest. He was proud to be a king. Now, this paragraph is about a jackal. Cunning jackal means he was very smart and sly. So, one day he jumped into a big tub of blue color dye, a blue color where he became full blue. And then he told all the other animals that he was the king because he was something different from the other jackals. So, all the other animals, whether they were big animals or small animals, they all believed that he is the king as he did not look normal as the other jackals. And so they all bowed in front of him and greeted him and gave him all respect. And the clever jackal was very happy and he thought that he was the most powerful animal in the forest and he was very proud to be the king. Once, the jackal woke up in the middle of the night. The jackals in the forest were howling at the full moon in the sky. The blue jackal forgot he was a king. He too began to howl. Hooah, hooah, he cried. Now, one day, what happened? Right in the middle of the night, this jackal, who was blue in color and said he was the king, he woke up in night and he heard that the other jackals, they were all crying and howling in the night at the full moon in the sky. So even he forgot that he was the king and he was looking blue. He forgot about everything and he also started howling like the other jackals and he started crying with them. The animals ran out to see. He is not a king. He is just a jackal, they shouted. They rushed to attack him. Stop, stop! I am sorry. I tricked you. Please do not kill me, said the blue jackal. The animals forgave him, but only after giving the jackal a good beating. So now, when he forgot that he is the king and he looked something different and he was most powerful now, he started howling, and when he started howling, all the other animals, they rushed to see and they all recognized him and they all said that he is no king. He is just a ordinary jackal, and they all rushed to attack him. So that jackal, he stopped all the animals and he said sorry to them, and he said that he has tried to trick them and requested them not to kill him. So all the other animals forgave him only when after they gave him a very good beating. All the animals bet that blue jackal. So this is the short story. Now we have few questions. So we will write the answers. We'll try to find out the answer from this passage itself and write those answers. So your first question is, why did the animals think that the jackal was a king? So your answer is, the animals thought that the jackal was a king because he was blue in color. I repeat, the animals thought that the jackal was a king because he was blue in color. Question 2. How did the jackal become blue? Answer 2. The jackal became blue in color as he jumped into a big tub of blue dye. I repeat, the jackal became blue in color as he jumped into a big tub of blue dye. Question 3. What did the animals do when they saw the blue jackal? Answer 3. The animals bowed before him when they saw the blue jackal. I repeat, the animals bowed before him when they saw the blue jackal. Question 4. Why did the dogs feel scared when they saw the jackal? Answer 4. The dogs were scared because they thought he was the real king. I repeat, the dogs were scared because they thought he was the real king. Question 5. How did the animals know that the king was just a jackal? Answer 5. One day, the blue jackal forgot that he was a king and started howling at the other jackals in the middle of the night. This made the animals to know that he was not a king but just a jackal. I repeat, one day the blue jackal forgot that he was a king and started howling at the other jackals in the middle of the night. This made the animals to know that he was not a king but just a jackal.